I'm back. It's like I was gone for long. Y'all know me. I can't stay away. Hi. So, today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some old-timey stuff, but it's still true, and I will die on this hill. It's not really old-timey, though. Oh, is it? It's old-timey for me. Like, it's my hearkening back to my earlier YouTube days, okay? Just gonna do a little quick refresher. I am uploading another video of my facial hair because I was just so inspired by really rude comments I got on multiple videos from this dumb blonde bitch, and I will call her that, and I don't really give a fuck because it's true, and women deserve to be called out for their stupidity, which is something that a lot of rad femmes don't agree with, but I digress. So it's very obvious in a lot of my videos that I am in fact hairy. And I guess I'm just going to continue talking about this because people continue to be very stupid, but it's okay. I'm a trailblazer, baby. That's what I'm meant to be, is the first woman who does basic shit like not remove her body hair in a first world country, but I digress. So, let me just write down one more thing. So I remember to talk about it. Okay, so I just want to say that women and whoever else, anyone, is extra mean online. People are extra super duper mean online because I think that might just be our knee-jerk reaction. And it's easier to be really mean when you have little to no accountability, right? Like, you don't have to have an avatar that's your picture. You don't have to have a username that's anywhere near your actual name. You can be very anonymous on the internet, right? And people actually like this fact, and they take advantage of it more than they should, but they do. So people just want to be really rude immediately, and I'm used to it at this rate. I'm so glad that I'm used to it because it's only going to keep happening. And a lot of people, so many people unfortunately are surprised by really rude comments they get. And I'm not saying that it's okay to, dogpile someone with really rude comments when it's not really necessary. But yeah, people are surprised. Did y'all see that Love Surge video? I thought it was funny. I actually thought it was like sweet, but people really dogpiled on them. And that poor woman was crying, being like, "I'm sorry, I made that video," when it was just like a cringy, goofy couples video she made and put it on TikTok, but that's not what this video is about. So I'm not only going to talk about online comments I get, because y'all know I get a lot of online comments about my appearance and about general things that I say, because most of life is not lived online. And women do behave a lot of ways in person, but obviously they don't behave in person in real life the ways that they behave online. Because I've quite literally never in my life had a woman say something rude to my face. I've definitely had women give me rude looks about my body hair. Okay, definitely had women give me rude looks, but they've not been like, "What are you doing?" That kind of thing, except for my mom, but I digress. Yeah, so women see me when I'm hairy, which is all the time, honestly, but you know, there's only so many months out of the year that you're going to wear a swimsuit anywhere outside. So yeah, I've had a lot of women give me really rude looks, just at a swimming pool or a beach or whatever. And you know what? A lot of the time, they're not even rude looks. They're like, let's see if I can do it. They're like surprised looks. Let me try to do it. I can't see. I'm actually wearing my sunglasses and hat because it's like legit so sunny in here. It's hot. Okay, so they'll give me really, really surprised looks like this. Let me see if I can do it. Like they're like terrified of seeing a hairy ass woman like me, which is just embarrassing, frankly. And I think there are a lot of reasons for that. And I think that a lot of their anger and surprise and discontentment and shock comes from my lack of conformity. Like obviously I'm not conforming to the societal norm of removing my body hair. But they're like put off by that. They're like surprised by that, honestly. And I don't think that Hops really put this much thought into it, but I know that they see me as a reminder for the fact that they put in so much incredibly useless effort to remain hairless and groom themselves. And I think that upsets them deep down. I actually know that it does. I remember the urgency. It's like a distant memory now, honestly. But I remember the urgency in taking birth control pills. I remember the urgency in buying shaving supplies. And I remember the urgency in buying or obtaining tampons. I don't use tampons anymore because they're created with cotton that's made with pesticide, and they're also not approved by the FDA, like all the applicators not approved by the FDA, but I digress. I remember that urgency, you know, there was like so much urgency, like, oh, I gotta get the tampons, I gotta get the shaving cream, I gotta get the razors, like that causes so much anxiety and so much fear and just so much this weird sense of urgency that really does not need to exist. But women behave that way because they're so obsessed with conforming. And it's so much effort. You know, even if you, say you have like a personal assistant or something, or maybe like your angelic husband does all the grocery shopping for you and maybe you never have to obtain all these items, but like there's so much effort in removing your body hair. There's so much money in removing your body hair. There's just so much that goes into it. And I am legitimately convinced that it makes women more stupid. And I would actually love to see a study of that done. Like if you could do a study of Hops that wear makeup with a study of real women who don't wear makeup, and then like compare their reaction times for certain things. Them Hops, they'd be real stupid and slow, but I digress. So when they're doing that, when Hops are doing that, when they're really, you know, prioritizing, I can't believe I get to say these words, but I say these words. They're prioritizing the removal of their own body hair above most things, honestly. They're prioritizing their own self-grooming above most things to the point of it really being unreasonable. That shows a lack of confidence, truly. It really does. Like if you are spending all this time to paint your face and remove your body hair and just continue to do that, like you're not confident, like at all. I think that another issue that comes with this is that it should be obvious I'm not a lesbian at this rate. At this rate, once you've watched all my videos, it should be obvious. But the thing is that hops are just tried and true misogynists, and they really hate lesbians a lot of the time. They're really like misogynistic towards obviously themselves, but also lesbians. And the fact that I'm visibly not a lesbian, I think throws them off, because tons of lesbians like make it obvious in their appearances, right? And like, I know that hops don't have the same reaction to lesbians, you know, not removing their body hair or not conforming to conventional ways that they present their appearance. And that just doesn't bother them the way that it bothers them when straight women do it, which tells you a lot. Like, that is, like I said, tried and true misogyny. Yeah, I think that's pretty fucked up, but I guess not really surprising, because hops are so immature, and they are kind of the perpetual girl, the perpetual like woman stuck in girlhood. I'm kind of just never not gonna be shocked at these women who refuse to say their age. Like, if you just ask them like it's a normal question, like it's like what's your birthday? Not even what's your birthday, what's your zodiac sign? Like, what's your favorite color? What's your age? They're like, I'm not comfortable saying that. And you're not comfortable saying that because, one, you're an idiot, but two, you really want to perpetuate sexism against yourself by refusing to state your age. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway, a lot of people try to like take a jab at me by being like, you're single, aren't you? And it's like, first of all, the fact that men will quite literally have sexual relations with a wrench should tell you that it's not really a bad thing to be single. And like, that's just not an insult. Like, women really think that's an insult to be like, I bet you're single, aren't you? It's like, so? Like, I know for a fact that tons and tons and tons of women are in bad relationships, are in abusive relationships, are in the wrong relationship for them, because they would rather be in a relationship than not be in one, which is really embarrassing. But again, like I said, hops are perpetual women stuck in girlhood, perpetual girls stuck in womanhood, more like, and they just want to tear you down and say rude things to you, which doesn't really come as a surprise. There actually are, in fact, men who really prefer hairy women. Sorry, that was a phone call. Pissed me off. But anyway, there are men